Okay, so now we're being told to clone the project in your computer. And this is one of those things that I said we want to do it in the same way that it's real life, the same way that you would do it when you get hired in a tech company. So instead of just cloning, we're going to start by looking if we have Git installed. Git is what you use to clone a repository. If you don't know what clone is, there's a link here that can explain way more about it. Just click on it and keep reading. Right now, I don't want to get into that. I'm just going to say we have to check if Git is installed. So we're just going to do cmd. My recommendation is to not use the command prompt and use the Windows PowerShell. When you type cmd, both are going to show up. So you're going to click on PowerShell. If you use the other one, don't worry about it. So here we're just going to say the word Git, and this is going to tell us if we already have Git installed on our computer. As you can see, the term Git is not recognized. So that means we don't have Git. We have to install it first. But don't worry, it's pretty easy to install. We're going to do the same thing with VS Code. We're just going to go and say git download, and it's going to take us to, well, in this case, it's taking me immediately to this one, but I was going to say that you should go to the GitSSM website, and then in the GitSSM website, there is a section to download for, in this case, I'm using Windows. I'm just going to click on Windows. And again, we're going to always choose the 64-bit. Well, it's already recommended here. Look, it's showing me all the versions, but it already detected that I'm a 64-bit. So that's great. So I'm just going to click here to download it. It's going to download. And once it's finished, because I already downloaded it, but once it's finished, you're going to click in this folder. And you're going to see here the little, it's like a Windows symbol. It's similar to a Windows symbol. So you're going to double click that and then go through the steps. And I think there may be an important step here. It says that it already exists. That's fine. I'm just going to override it. And then I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on. Move on. Move on. Move on. Move on. Move on. Yep. Like always, it usually is all the default ones. That's it. Let's just wait for it to finish. Okay, it's about to finish, and then I don't want to see the release notes. I don't care about that, and I don't want to launch it either right now because I want to show you how you do it in the terminal. So now that we have it, we're going to open the shell again, but not this one. You're going to use the same one you already had because it's not going to recognize it. Look, I'm going to say git, and it doesn't recognize it. It's important that every time you install something that you use through the command line, that you delete or close the command line and open it again, the PowerShell or the terminal. I'm just going to click again on it. It's going to open again. And now if I say the word git, it should know the command. Look, it's not telling me that it's not recognized anymore. It is recognized. So now we can go ahead and clone. So let's just move on to clone. We're going to go back. And here it's telling us how to clone. It's giving us the exact command. So you're going to copy this exact command. And I copy it. And then you're going to paste it in your terminal at the end. But before you do that, you have to make sure that you already have a folder where you're going to be organizing all your files. This is an important step. It sounds stupid, but it's not. People get confused with the folder system in the command line. So it is important that you're very cautious with this. So right now I'm in the C users Alejandro folder. So this is a folder that gets automatically created in any computer with the name of the user. So I'm in my user folder. So I have to look for the folder where I want to save all my project files and stuff. So I recommend always do it in your documents and then create a 4 gigs folder. And there's where you're going to put all your projects. Look, I already have a project here. That is the Instagram postcard. So I'm going to have another one now, right? So let me get here. To get here, I have to follow the same path that I did with double clicking. So documents, then 4 gigs, then Instagram. So I'm going to do it here in the command line. I'm going to say cd and then documents. I'm going to start typing it and then I press tab and it should auto-complete. Let me see if it does it. Yes, look, it's auto-completing for me. It's way faster to type like this. So actually you don't type a lot. Typing is bad for your health. That's one of my recommendations. Then I hit enter. And then I do another cd. Cd, by the way, stands for change directory. So I'm just telling the terminal that I want to change to another directory. It's the equivalent of double clicking on a folder. And then I'm gonna get into 4 gigs, right? What's the name of it? Yes, there it is. CD 4 gigs. I press tab again. Now enter. And then now that I know that I'm in the correct folder now, this is the folder I want. I'm in 4 gigs. And I know that there's an Instagram postcard and I wanna create here my new project. Both are gonna be under the same 4 gigs folder. So I can clone now here. Because when you clone, a new folder gets created. So I'm just gonna paste the command git clone, and you see how the last part of this URL that we're cloning says Python hello. That's the name of the folder you're gonna have. So hit enter. It's gonna create a Python hello folder, and you can see it now. If I go back into my files, now I have the Instagram, but also the Python hello. My recommendation is to immediately rename this folder. Don't name it Python hello. Name it the same way that your project that you're building. In this case, I'm building the excuse generator, so I'm just gonna say excuse generator CLI, and that's the name. Why do you think you should rename the folder? Because we're going to be using a lot of Python hello. Python hello is not a real project. It's more like a template that it's like the skeleton of a project. So we're going to clone Python hello a lot. So you're going to have several folders called Python hello. So every time you clone, it doesn't matter if it's this project that we're building right now or another one. Probably it's going to be a folder that you already have. So you should rename it so that you understand that the first time I clone it was for project A, and the second time I clone it was for project B. And that's it. Now you have your folder and you're able to open it. But we're not going to open it in this step. We're going to open it in another step.